Hello and welcome again to Only Tech YouTube channel. NVIDIA introduced the RTX 4070, a high-end graphics card, on April 12, 2023. It is built on the NVIDIA Ada Lovelace architecture, which is intended to provide enhanced gaming and creation performance. It is compatible with DirectX 12 Ultimate, ray tracing, AI-accelerated performance with DLSS 3, and low-latency gaming with NVIDIA Reflex. It includes 12 GB of GDDR6X memory, 5,888 CUDA cores, 46 ray tracing cores, and 184 tensor cores. Its base frequency is 1920 MHz and can be boosted up to 2,475 MHz. It draws 200 watts of power and requires a 16-pin power connection. However, not all CPUs are made equally. Some CPUs are more powerful, efficient, and compatible than others. Depending on the kind and quality of the CPU, the GPU's performance might be enhanced or limited. For example, if you have a strong GPU, such as the RTX 4070, but a poor or old CPU, you will be unable to fully utilize the GPU. This is because the CPU will be unable to keep up with the GPU, resulting in a bottleneck that will slow down the entire system. On the other hand, if you have a highly strong CPU but a very poor or obsolete GPU, you will not be able to take full advantage of the CPU. This is because the GPU will be unable to produce graphics and pictures at optimal quality and resolution, limiting the system's visual performance. The RTX 4070 is one of NVIDIA's most powerful graphics cards, with outstanding performance and realistic ray tracing effects. However, in order to fully utilize this card's capabilities, your system must fulfill its technical requirements. The RTX 4070's minimal system requirements are a 650-watt power supply unit, having at least one 8-pin and one 6-pin PCIe power connector, a PCI Express 4.0x16 slot on the motherboard, 16 GB of system memory, Windows 10 64-bit operating system. Here are the top CPUs to pair with RTX 4090. AMD Ryzen 7900X3D. The AMD Ryzen 7900X3D is the top CPU of the Ryzen 7000 series, codenamed Zen 4. It's a 16-core, 32-thread CPU that can reach 5.2 GHz owing to 3D V-cache technology, which adds 64 MB of L3 cache per core. This processor also supports PCIe 5.0, DDR5 5200 memory, and AMD's Infinity Fabric 3.0 connection. The Ryzen 7900X3D is a powerful CPU capable of handling any workload, including gaming, streaming, video editing, and 3D rendering. It may simply combine with the RTX 4070 to provide smooth and consistent performance at a variety of resolutions and settings. According to the most recent benchmarks, the Ryzen 7900X3D can score an average of more than 200 FPS in 1080p, more than 150 FPS in 1440p, and above 90 FPS in 4K gaming with ray tracing enabled. The Ryzen 7900X3D has a TDP of 105 watts and is equipped with a Wraith Prism RGB cooler that can handle the thermal output. The CPU also has AMD Precision Boost 2.0 and Smart Access memory technologies, which dynamically enhance performance and power consumption. Intel Core i9-13900K. The Intel Core i9-13900K is the top-tier CPU of the Core 13000 family, codenamed Alder Lake. It is a 12-core, 24-thread CPU that can reach 5.3 GHz owing to its hybrid design, which combines 8 high-performance Golden Cove cores and 4 power-efficient Gracemont cores. This processor also supports PCIe 5.0, DDR5 4800 memory, and Intel's 12th generation platform controller hub, PCH. The Core i9-13900K is a powerful CPU capable of competing with the Ryzen 7900X3D in gaming and productivity. It can use the RTX 4070's capability to give excellent performance in a variety of applications. According to the most recent benchmarks, the Core i9-13900K can score an average of 205 FPS in 1080p, 160 FPS in 1440p, and 90 FPS in 4K gaming, with ray tracing enabled. The Core i9-13900K is also a fairly efficient and cool processor. It features a TDP of 125 watts and a redesigned LGA 1700 socket that enhances the thermal interface. The CPU also has Intel's Turbo Boost Max 3.0 and Adaptive Boost technologies, which improve performance and power management dynamically. AMD Ryzen 7800X3D. The AMD Ryzen 7800X3D is the Ryzen 7000 series mid-range CPU, codenamed Zen 4. It is an 8-core, 16-thread CPU that can reach 4.9 GHz owing to 3D V-cache technology, which adds 32 megabytes of L3 cache per core. This processor also supports PCIe 5.0, DDR5 5200 memory, and AMD's Infinity Fabric 3.0 connection. The Ryzen 7800X3D is a reliable CPU that provides balanced performance for gaming and productivity. It works well with the RTX 4070, providing smooth and steady performance at a variety of resolutions and settings. According to the most recent benchmarks, the Ryzen 7800X3D can score an average of 195 FPS in 1080p, 150 FPS in 1440p, and 85 FPS in 4K gaming with ray tracing enabled. The Ryzen 7800X3D is also an efficient and cool processor. It has a TDP of 95 watts and is equipped with a Wraithspire RGB cooler that can handle the thermal output. The CPU also has AMD Precision Boost 2.0 and Smart Access memory technologies, which dynamically enhance performance and power consumption. If you're looking for a powerful GPU like the RTX 4070, you might be wondering which CPU to combine it with that won't break the budget. Fortunately, there are several affordable choices that can handle the RTX 4070 without bottlenecking or reducing performance. The AMD Ryzen 5 7600X is a fantastic low-cost choice for people looking for a powerful CPU to complement the RTX 4070. As part of the Ryzen 5 range, it uses the sophisticated Zen 4 Raphael architecture and is constructed on TSMC's 5nm fabrication process, guaranteeing efficient performance for a variety of jobs and gaming experiences. The Ryzen 5 7600X processor features 6 cores and 12 threads, with a base clock speed of 3.6 GHz and a peak clock speed of 4.8 GHz. It also supports PCIe 4.0, which is required for the RTX 4070 to reach its maximum performance. The Ryzen 5 7600X has a TDP of 65 watts, which means it does not consume too much power or create excessive heat. It also includes a respectable stock cooler, the Wraith Stealth, which can keep it cool under normal loads. The Ryzen 5 7600X is compatible with the AM5 socket and the X670 chipset, providing several possibilities for future upgrades and expansions. It costs roughly $250, making it one of the most economical CPUs for RTX 4070. For more information, visit onlytech.com. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe the channel. And I will see you in the next video.